Hey guys, I wanted to do a recap of the Module 5 discussion forums for you, and I'm going to post those along with this video. The three discussion forums we had going on in Module 5 was one on trademarks that Dan Faherty moderated, and then we also had one on click fraud that Andy Costello moderated, and then Christine Bacci had posted an article on Google ranks websites on facts, not links, kind of a discussion on the change in how they are going to rank websites, which that was very interesting when I was looking at the discussion there. Just quickly on the trademark one, which again, you can go in and see what Dan had to offer. Most were in favor of allowing you to bid on trademark terms. Only a few were against it. Again, many thought, why would Google do that? And I think it makes perfect sense, again, to make more money kind of by causing more competition. One of the pros that was there of many was that it allowed for comparison shopping, a little more easier. One person said the con of that was for smaller companies, they may not be able to afford to bid on more costly trademark terms for, let's say, startups. Versus larger, more established companies trying to bid on trademark terms. Now, Stacy Bonneman, I believe, sorry if I messed up the last name, Stacy, I think you had mentioned something like this might allow companies to use trademark terms just to drive traffic, even though they may not have relevant or related products. Now, keep in mind in that chapter on paid search, that probably won't happen to any great extent because, again, you have to have a good quality score. So on whatever terms you're using, Google is going to want to make sure that there is some consistency in what it is seen on the web page itself. So if you're trying to bid on the keyword Tiffany jewelry, if that's really hot and trending at the moment, and you're not selling any jewelry or there's nothing there, with respect to that, Google's going to stop that particular ad. So keep that in mind. There is that aspect. Okay. Let's see. On the click fraud discussion by Andy, again, so some interesting things there. I think most of you kind of all agreed that it's just a cost of doing business, nothing you could do about it. But I thought it was interesting that according to the Wall Street Journal, which you can see in the post Andy did, 36%, they're stating 36% of all web traffic is basically bogus, which is kind of bots out there. So, just bots going out and scraping information. So for example, and some of it could be totally legit, like if you're a financial services company like Chase Bank, you probably are creating bots to go out and scrape other financial institutions' websites to stay on top of what are the latest offers and rates and things along those lines that they are offering. So those are bots out there as well, but those are kind of legit bots. And then of course there's many not legit bots. Another thing which I thought was interesting that Google, and you guys might want to Google it a little bit more, in 2014, just last year, they bought Spider.io to help them better detect fraud, to increase the likelihood of catching that sort of thing. And as I said, I think in my PowerPoint, if I didn't, I'll state it now, the click fraud policy for Facebook, and again, why don't you Google that, is they do not reimburse you for click fraud, whereas Google does. So, in essence, it's a cost of doing business, but keep in mind, Google does reimburse you for most of those fraudulent clicks. Let's see, on Christine's article that she posted, Google is considering ranking websites on facts and not links, backlinks. I thought that was kind of interesting. Most of you kind of preferred the new system, yet some of you brought up a very interesting concern, which I really hadn't thought about before. And I'm going to do a little more thinking on this as well, and maybe write my own blog post on it. But, again, what is fact and what's not fact, and how good of a fact is it? That kind of puts Google in kind of an authoritative role of what information they should be releasing to us based on how good they think it is. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I think in particular, Gregory Pride had stress that, I think, in that discussion forum. And I'd really like to think about this a little bit more, because I do think that's an interesting perspective. So those three are going to be posted on the discussion forum, on this announcement with this video, guys. And then I'm also going to, I know Gregory and Shadu had talked at our last face-to-face on their articles and at our last face-to-face, but I'm going to go ahead and post those as well, so you have hard copies of what they in particular went over. If you remember, Gregory's was on clickbait sort of images, and Shadu was on black hat sort of techniques that SEO people use to juice themselves up. Okay, guys, I hope you are all working hard on the Google paid search campaign. I would really love for each of the teams to just let me know kind of how you're doing. If you could just, whoever you kind of dedicated as kind of the team leader, I would just like a real quick email from you that you guys are on schedule and doing fine. I just want to make sure I don't need to jump in anywhere. If I do, just let me know ASAP. Okay, all right, I will talk to you guys all soon. Okay, take care, bye.